Rama Rama Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayet. Nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavadir uttama shloke bhaktir bhavadi naishtiki. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Om Tat Sat. Hare Krishna. There may be a little, yes. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, text 19 of Canto 4, chapter 9. Shri Bhagavanubhacha Vedaham te vyavasitam khridirajanya balaka tat prayachami bhadram te durapam api subrata. Can we move ahead? Scroll. Translation: The personality of God had said, "My dear Dhruva, son of the king, you have executed pious vows, and I also know the desire within your heart. Although your desire is very ambitious, very difficult to fulfill, I shall favor you with its fulfillment. All good fortune unto you." Purport: The Lord is so merciful to his devotee that he immediately said to Dhruva Maharaj, "Let there be all good fortune for you." The fact is that Dhruva Maharaja was very much afraid in his mind, for he had aspired after material benefit in discharging his devotional service, and this was hampering him from reaching the stage of love of God. In the Bhagavad Gita 2.44, it is said, "Bhogaishwarya prasaktana." Those who are addicted to material pleasure cannot be attracted to devotional service. It was true that at heart, Dhruva Maharaj wanted a kingdom that would be far better than Brahmaloka. This was a natural desire for a Kshatriya. He was also only 5 years old, and in his childish way, he desired to have a kingdom far greater than his great-grandfathers or great-grandfathers. His father, Uttanapada, was a son of Manu, and Manu was the son of Lord Brahma. Dhruva wanted to excel all these great family members. The Lord knew Dhruva Maharaja's childish ambition, but how it was possible to offer Dhruva more exalted than Lord Brahma's, a position more exalted than Lord Brahma's. The Lord assured Dhruva Maharaja that Dhruva would not be bereft of the Lord's love. He encouraged Dhruva not to be worried that he childishly had material desires and at the same time had the pure aspiration to be a great devotee. Generally, the Lord does not award a pure devotee material opulence, even though he may desire it. But Dhruva Maharaja's case was different. The Lord knew that he was such a great devotee that in spite of having material opulence, he would never be deviated from love of God. This example illustrates that a highly qualified devotee can have the facility of material enjoyment and at the same time execute love of God. This, however, was a special case for Dhruva Maharaja. Nanyir adishtitam bhadra yad brajishnu dhruvashkshiti yatra griharksha taranam jyotisam chakramahitam medhyam go chakravat sthasnu parastat kalpavasinam dharmo agni kashyapah shukro munayo yeva naukasaha. charanti dakshini kritya brahmanto yat satarakaha. The Supreme Personality of Godhead continued, my dear Dhruva, I shall award you the glowing planet known as the pole star, which will continue to exist even after the dissolution at the end of the millennium. No one has ever ruled this planet, which is surrounded by all the solar system's planets and stars. All the luminaries in the sky circumambulate this planet, just as bulls tread around a central pole for the purpose of crushing grains, keeping the pole star to their right. All the stars inhabited by the great sages like Dharma, Agni, Kashyapa, and Shukra circumambulate this planet, which continues to exist even after the dissolution of all others. Purport: although the pole star existed before its occupation by Dhruva Maharaja, it had no predominating deity. Dhruvaloka, our pole star, is the center for all other stars and solar systems, for all of them circle around Dhruvaloka. Just as a bull crushes grains by walking around and around a central pole, Dhruva wanted the best of all planets, and although it was a childish prayer, the Lord satisfied his demand. A small child may demand something from his father, and his father has never given to anyone else. Yet out of affection, the father offers it to the child. Similarly, this unique planet, Dhruvaloka, was offered to Maharaja Dhruva. The special significance of this planet is that until the entire universe is annihilated, this planet will remain, even during the devastation which takes place during the night of Lord Brahma. Scroll. There are two kinds of dissolution. One during the night of Lord Brahma and one at the end of Lord Brahma's life. At the end of Brahma's life, selected personalities go back home, back to Godhead. Dhruva Maharaja is one of them. The Lord assured Dhruva that he would exist beyond the partial dissolution of this universe. Thus, at the end of the complete dissolution, Dhruva Maharaj would go directly to Vaikuntha Loka, to a spiritual planet in the spiritual sky. Srila Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakura comments in this connection that Dhruva Loka is one of the lokas like Shweta Dvipa, Mathura, and Dwaraka. They are all eternal places in the kingdom of Godhead, which is described in the Bhagavad Gita, Taddhama Paramam, and in the Vedas, Om Tad Vishnahu Paramam Padam Sada Pashyanti Surayah. The words Parastat Kalpavasinam, transcendental to the planets inhabited after the dissolution, refer to the Vaikuntha planets. In other words, Dhruva Maharaja's promotion to the Vaikuntha Lokas was guaranteed by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Om Tat Sat. Om Agyana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Dinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jayasi Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Om Tat Sat. Jai Srila Prabhupada Ki. We're very happy to be here with all of you on this Bhagavatam session on a Sunday morning. We are doing a reading of Dhruva Maharaja's beautiful pastime. And today we are reading how the Lord starts addressing Dhruva Maharaj after he has offered his prayers to the Lord. And here it is very nicely indicated that the Lord is very pleased with Dhruva. Although Dhruva has come to the Lord with a material desire, you will see the Lord is very pleased because he has unflinching faith in the words of his mother, in the words of Narada Muni, who has very nicely redirected him to the Lord and initiated him, even though he has this material desire. You must understand, Narada Muni did not tell him, oh, you're desiring a planet worship and all, I cannot give you mantra, I cannot give you initiation, not required. No. He saw that this person will change. He saw this person is very determined. And these are good qualities for a sadhaka. If we see these good qualities in a sadhaka, even if he has material desires here and there, which is quite common, we normally encourage that person in devotional service. And invariably, by the Lord's mercy, that person becomes successful. So it is not so much about material desire, it's more about determination. It's more about carrying out our activities as per Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada's instruction. So we can see here that Dhruva's determination. It seems that when Dhruva went to the forest, on the way many people stopped and said, hey, don't do this. Why are you going away from the Prabhupada? Don't worry, don't go to the forest. It's a dangerous place. You will die there. Many people told him all sorts of things because he was a young 5-year-old boy. He didn't listen to them. He went there and Narada Muni gave him also a hint, please go back home. He did not listen to that also. And it seems when he was on penance, the demigods visited him. And several demigods told him many different things. One of them told him, you are going to die here in the forest. You are just a small boy. Go back home. He did not listen. Another demigod told him, snake will come and bite you. It's coming. Try to scare him. He did not go. Wild beasts and everything and snakes were there. He did not go. Another told him, your mother died. Please go back. Another demigod told him, your mother died. And he did not go back. Another demigod told him, your father has died. You have a good chance of you becoming the king. Go back. He did not go. He did not go. Can you imagine? All these things are mentioned. All sorts of things for you to leave this type of austerity and sadhana and go back and rest comfortably in the palace in material comfort was avoided by Dhruva. He remained determined. That is what pleased the Lord. When we execute our sadhana with determination, we go through various stages in our determination. There's determination in the mode of goodness. There is determination in the mode of passion. There is determination in the mode of rajas. Goodness, tamas. Tamas, rajas and sattva. Krishna describes this in Bhagavad Gita. You see, one thing is to be very patient. Other thing, utsahat, nischayat, dhairyat, tat karma pravartanat, sangatyaga satovrite, shadbir bhakti prasiddhati. Rupa Goswami is mentioning Upadeshamrita. Nischayat, dhairyat, determination, patience. Dhruva was determined to be patient. You see, this is a very good lesson for us to learn because it pleases the Lord, because it makes you successful. To cross over this threshold, and there is a lot of dangerous elements there, temptations, other people who become envious of, it seems the demigods became envious of Dhruva Maharaj. Many people will attack you. Even Dhruva Maharaj, 5-year-old boy, was attacked out of envy by demigods. The demigods become envious of anybody's spiritual progress. This is very amazing, isn't it? In the Bhagavatam, it says that when sannyasis become determined to achieve the Supreme Lord, the demigods disguise themselves as his former wife and come and attack him. And they are mostly successful in putting the person down, especially if it is Kali Yuga. They throw him down. To such an extent, they would do things. You can see Indra, he sent Menaka when Vishwamitra did, his penances. Even for Naranarayana Rishi, Indra sent his Ramba, Kilotama, Menaka, everybody. Naranarayana Rishi produced Urvashi from his thighs, more beautiful than all the great nymphs that he had sent, and said, give this as a gift, give her as a gift to Indra. So ashamed were all these, all these heavenly maidens that they went back with Urvashi and told Indra, and only Indra understood then only, what am I trying to do? This is the Supreme Lord, Naranarayana. So there is no limit and end to things in this material world. Worse things can happen to you, especially when you want the highest thing in life. For other things, there won't really be much impediment. What impediments we so-called face for our material requirements is not really the impediment. So to be determined is very important. What to speak of us puny individuals in Kali Yuga? What to speak of us? Right? So very easily, just by one blow, we can get blown away by Maya. We have every reason immediately to fall away from our Krishna consciousness. We are very weak. So that is why it is very important to remain in the association of devotees and chant Hare Krishna, discuss the Bhagavatam, and get inspiration from each other. This is highly important. Highly important. Whether it is lockdown or not, we must constantly know that we need it. So if you don't have that type of association, we can lose our determination because Maya puts up very comfortable, exciting sense gratificatory proposals. Will creep inside you very slowly and become big. You'll never know how it is creeping inside you. Small things, it creeps inside. And then it becomes very big. You start off your sadhana thinking big Krishna, small Maya. But if you don't take care, it will become big Maya, small Krishna. This was told by a devotee to me in my initial days in ISKCON. Don't underestimate. Don't think that you have finished with everything. He said that now only you will really understand where you were and who was keeping you under prison and who doesn't want you to escape from the prison and who wants you to. Right? So determination in the face of these type of things is very, very important. Dhruva Maharaj spells out that very wonderfully. Krishna is very pleased with Dhruva Maharaj. And it is not that Dhruva Maharaj also is very happy. That's the other portion of it. Actually, Dhruva Maharaj is very morose. As soon as the Lord said, I will fulfill your desire. I will make you rule the kingdom. Not only that, I will give you the pole star, Dhruva Loka. And after that, you can come to Vaikuntha. Be with me. So everything was taken care of. Material, spiritual, devotional, everything was taken care of. Even then, Dhruva Maharaj had challenges. It is mentioned that after Dhruva became king, his brother passed away, presumably killed by some yakshas in the forest. And Dhruva became very angry, and he waged a war against the yakshas and killed the yakshas in hordes until Swayambhuva Manu, his grandfather, had to come and tell him, "What are you doing? You are a devotee. You are a devotee who is already going to Vaikuntha Loka. Why are you behaving like this? Unnecessarily don't kill them. It's not required." And he solaced him, made him peaceful. And then Dhruva subsided. Even he, it seems the Bhagavatam says, went off track, got into a little bodily conception of life and came back because he was advised by Swayambhuva Manu. What to speak of you and me? Again, anybody is subjected to that. Brahma is subjected to that. We have read that in the Bhagavatam. So nobody is free from the modes of material nature, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. Only is very pure devotee. And here you are seeing, even a devotee can get subjected if he is a little careless. So we need the association of others, other devotees. We constantly need them to be tapping us, to be correcting us, to be encouraging us. That's why Prabhupada set up the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, so that everybody is able to have a shoulder that they can put on for others or for themselves, seek a shoulder and explain and empty your chest and get advice and get this thing, whatever counsel is required. In this way, we must learn these wonderful lessons. How to please the Lord. The Lord is definitely pleased if you develop detachment and develop attachment for Him. Vairagya Vidya Nijabhakti Yoga Sikshartam Eka Purusha Purana hai. Sri Krishna Shariradhari. The Lord has come taking the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and He has come to teach us Vairagya Vidya, the science of getting Vairagya or detachment. Nija Bhakti Yoga, by performing devotional service to the Lord. Sikshartam Eka Purusha Purana hai. To teach us this person has come. Sri Krishna Saridadhari Kripam Budhir Yastamaham Prapadye. I must take shelter of him. So these are all words, these are all statements, these are all quotes. We should get knowledge by reading them, remembering them, and then start executing them. For execution, we need association of devotees. You cannot, Prabhupada said, if you are thinking you can be alone without the association, you are hallucinating. You are as in deep hallucination, right? So understanding Dhruva's pastime and understanding how he has pleased the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and how he got reciprocation. The Lord is telling him here, I will fulfill the desire you have in your heart, which became a source of great trouble for Dhruva. I had this desire. I missed it. I shouldn't have asked for this, is what he felt. He was not very, very fulfilled and happy when he came back from the forest. He was very thoughtful. He was thinking, why did I do this? Why did I desire this? I made a mistake. Swamin kritato asmin varamna yache. He said, my Lord, I have seen you, and that is the highest benediction you can give me. You have given me your association. You have got me connected with you. And I don't want anything more. Varam na yache, I don't want any boon. But the Lord conferred on him this, and that made Dhruva feel that I did not ask him for pure devotion. I did not ask that I should immediately go back to Godhead with him. Right? So he regretted having not asked for these things. He was a small boy, 5 years old. And he was overwhelmed with the insult of his stepmother, which is all very natural. But you see, finally, what happens? That Krishna is taking care of your material desire and is appreciating the fact that you have come to me. And since you have come to me, and since you have established this contact with me, nothing will go waste. Anybody who comes in touch with me will definitely get some good benefit in the long run. That's why he said, you finish all these things and you come to Vaikuntha. So nicely, Krishna designed his whole existence in the material world, right up to coming back to him. He said, in the end, you will come. So we must all know that sometimes we think that, why I am not able to do this, why it's not happening, why that is not happening. It happened 6 months for you, Dhruva, why is it taking me so long? But there are differences. There are differences. And Krishna is taking care. For everybody, Krishna has got a plan as long as we remain sincere in the association of good devotees and we continue to practice. Although material nature puts up so many things in front of us, we just keep steadily practicing devotional service, serving the Lord, worshipping the deity, chanting the holy name, remaining the association of it. This is what is the history. You'll find this history everywhere. Everywhere. And the Lord, out of his wonderful mercy, if we have faith especially, he always looks after his devotees. He always looks after his devotees. So that's why for us, meeting Krishna means chanting the holy name. Every day we can meet with Krishna by chanting. When we chant the holy name, we are contacting Krishna. There is no doubt about it. Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadramai ki. We are contacting Krishna. And that is our great fortune. That is our immense fortune. So we can all remain in touch with Krishna. And Krishna has got a design for each one of us. All of us are not the same. So don't be too morose about certain things in life. Continue to execute devotional service and don't expect that immediately something should happen. But as long as we are in association with Krishna through chanting the holy name, in association with devotees, and reading Bhagavatam together, we should know that this is the real life. It is just that your mind and your material situation is not allowing you to enjoy it. But you are in touch with reality. Already by the Lord's mercy, even though you are not qualified in many ways, you are already put in touch with Krishna. You are already in touch with reality. So the more we, with great faith and determination, chant the holy name, the faster will these contaminations disappear. And you will do this same activity with immense happiness. With immense happiness. Right? So sadhana means performing devotional service without much taste. Liberation means performing the same devotional service with full taste, vigor, enthusiasm, and realization. There is no other change, only the consciousness has changed. Your consciousness has changed, purified. Right? So that is what Cheto Darpanam Arjanam Bhavamaha Dhavagni Rivapanam means. Cleansing of our consciousness. So we have numerous instances where the Lord, if he so wants, may satisfy your desire. And there is nothing wrong that we have desires, because that's where we are. Don't artificially try to imitate Dhruva Maharaj and his feelings. His feelings are also similarly but scaled up to a very different level. We may have tiny, tiny desires, and we may be lost in a comfort zone. You know, you have something in the management, they teach you that your comfort zone, your stretch zone, and then there is a dangerous zone where you stretch yourself too much. It's always good to have a tension in your life. Don't become comfortable. The mind is seeking comfort, wants to remain within the comfort zone. I chant peacefully, I will render service peacefully, but there is no peace in this world. I was told that even Yashoda Mai was constantly in anxiety because of Krishna's pranks and his mischief and everything. When he ate dirt in his mouth, she was very disturbed. My gosh, what is my son doing? I gave him so many nice things to eat. He is eating the Vrindavan dirt. Everybody came, Balaram also came to me, he's eating. And others also said he's eating dirt. So imagine her anxiety. So devotional service is not without anxiety, but it is anxiety for Krishna or anxiety for your sense gratification. So anxiety for your sadhana, anxiety for your spiritual life is in between these two. It's good to be in anxious state. It's good to be in a little tension. It's good to be stretched a little bit. Don't become comfortable. That's why it's better to take some responsibility on the head. Worry about that. Be anxious about executing that for Guru and Krishna. And then you will never be able to plan sense gratification or anything. Dhruva Maharaj remained in great tension. One side is stepmothers shouting at him and making him hurt like nothing. On the other side, the anxiety, will this happen? Will it really be successful? And Narada Muni and others telling him, no, don't try it. Demigods telling him, don't try it. Constant tension. Because it's not that Dhruva Maharaj did not face temptation to listen to the demigods, listen to Narada Muni, listen to others. It's not that he did not have temptation. He did have, overcame it with his determination. In the Christian theology, they'll tell you about the temptation of Christ. You know, he was accosted by the other forces, the demoniac forces, Maya Shakti actually, telling him, don't do this. Don't try to become so-and-so by your sacrifice and everything. Just go and be comfortably placed. This is a constant tension we have to face. The attraction of material nature, the attraction of comfort zones. And you're constantly telling no to it. You may be thinking, once I told you no, why are you disobeying me again? No, throughout the existence in the material world, it's going to be constantly like that. We get used to the pattern of denying that. That should become a habit. That these proposals that come, we never accept them. Mind gives us proposals. Maya gives, Kali gives proposals. The material world is designed to see that you don't progress spiritually. You don't progress devotionally. That's why inside the material world, Prabhupada has set up International Society for Krishna Consciousness. When you're in connection with the devotees inside, when you stay inside, when you worship, when you do those things, you will see that there is less disturbance and less disturbance. Right? So very important for us to understand these aspects, because the first thing is to not to harbor these comfort requirements or not to harbor certain types of material desires. Because if you do that, Krishna will satisfy it. And it will be prolonged, your existence in this world. To enjoy material life, you have to be here. You have to be here. So whatever it is, even if it is Krishna's benediction, not really very nice for you, because you'll risk again here. Nasta dharme na vasunichaye naiva kamo pabhoge yadyat bhavyam bhavatu bhagavan purva karman rupam yetat prarthyam mama bahumatam janma janmantere api tvat padam borha yugagata nischala bhakti rastu. Kulashekara Alva's prayer is very interesting and very good guideline. He is praying, Nastha dharmena vasunichaye naiva kamo upabhoge. I don't want anything material. I don't want my material desires to be satisfied. Because why should I come to you for that? Anyway, by my karma, certain things will be satisfied. Let them happen. Yadyad bhavyam bhavatu bhagavan purva karmanu rupam. I don't have to come to you for give this desire. If it is supposed to, it is written in my thing, it will come. If not, forget it. I'm not going to ask you for anything. My only prayer to you is constantly, Etat prarthyam mama bahumatam janma janmantare api. Janma after janma that I take in this world, because of my not being purified. Tvat padamborha yugagatha nischala bhakti rastu. Please make sure that I am always in the association of devotees executing nischala bhakti, unwavering devotional service to you. This is the desire that is expressed. This is a smart prayer. So Dhruva Maharaj, you will see, he realizes this and he actually offers this type of a meditation. And although he is here for 36,000 years ruling in his father's position, his father, everybody changes in the house by Dhruva's victory. Everybody changes. When he comes back, he is alone and morose. What did I do? Why did I ask for this? And his father comes. This is a beautiful scene. His father hears about Dhruva's return home and he becomes so happy. So happy. And he goes and meets him with the entire soldiers, army, everybody together. And he sees a lonely Dhruva, 5-year-old boy, walking back from the forest alone through the woods and the trees and all the thick vegetation, with just bare clothing in him. And he goes and embraces Dhruva. Dhruva falls flat in front of his father and offers his obeisances. Dhruva offers obeisances to Surichi and Suniti. He has no feeling of enmity towards Surichi. And watching that he has paid obeisances to her, Surichi could not keep her emotion. Although she had said these hard words to this Dhruva, she embraced him to her heart and started shedding tears and said, "Long may you live, my son." She blessed him with full heart. She completely changed in the association of Dhruva. And what to speak about his mother, Suniti? Suniti was so pleased because she gave direction and she thought that it was just, she never expected that he will take it so seriously. He took it so seriously that my mother has said so. And he executed it, achieved it, met Narayana, came back with the boon. How happy his mother would be. So the Bhagavatam says she was a mother of a hero. She created a hero. Any person who has a child who becomes a devotee of the Lord has created a hero. Dhruva Maharaj was a hero because he went and met the Supreme Personality of Godhead and came back. Prahlad Maharaj is a hero. Anybody who sacrifices his son for the Krishna consciousness movement is a hero. And the son also becomes a hero. Their children serve the Lord full time. Or even otherwise, if they are serving the Lord. It's a great achievement. So Dhruva Maharaj's mother was so thrilled. She couldn't have asked for any greater happiness. Although she was so sad that Uttanapada was neglecting her. But this son of hers gave her the topmost pleasure. And then he was placed on an elephant and brought back to the palace. And in the palace, Dhruva Maharaj gradually, as Uttanapada became older and had Virakti and went off to the forest, he installed Dhruva, not his brother Uttama. And Uttama did not say anything about it either. He didn't compete. Neither did Suruchi have to say anything. And Uttama lived in the palace in very good relationship with Dhruva. For a devotee, everything becomes auspicious by the Lord's mercy.
9 o'clock.
Right? So Dhruva was told, I will fulfill your desire. The Lord not only fulfilled his desire materially, but even made it comfortable for Dhruva with no much challenge. With not much challenge. See how much the Lord takes care of his devotee, how much the Lord is giving us everything that we need. We are such pessimistic fools that we don't see the amount of stuff that the Lord is doing for us, the facilities that he is giving us, and all of them are illegal. They're not meant to be given. There is illegal desire being satisfied. Even for that, he's given. We never appreciate the Lord and what he gives us and gratefully acknowledge. That's the quality of the conditioned soul, is always morose, always asking for more, always dissatisfied. We are so ungrateful also. It's a characteristic quality that this ungratefulness that we have towards the Lord, it gets expressed in everything else also. We'll never be happy in the material world, how much ever we get, whatever we get. And we show that dissatisfaction to everybody else. But Krishna and his association of his devotees can immediately give us satisfaction. Discussing Krishna gives us satisfaction. That's why the soul really needs love of God. There is no doubt about it. He's hankering and looking for it in the wrong places and wrong direction, misleading directions. Yes, God. So that's why if we take this direction of the Srimad Bhagavatam and take this direction given by Dhruva Maharaj's beautiful pastime, we will learn to be satisfied. Yadricha labha santushta. And it becomes easy because you are being given Krishna. Yakarnanadim geharatim chindanti. It's entering the ears, pastimes of the Lord, chanting of the holy name of the Lord, association with devotees, prasadam, beautiful deities being decorated, watch, kirtan, bhajan. This will satisfy you. Although it looks like it doesn't, but this is the only thing that will really satisfy us. We should not spoil that by harboring material desires on the side and polluting this whole process. Dhruva Maharaj felt that, by my desire I have spoiled it. I could have continuously, in a continuum, kept up with this love of Godhead and devotional service. I would have been much better. He regretted that. So these are good lessons. Never be satisfied. Never think you're satisfied. That simply by indulging a little bit in sense gratification, you can be happy. Well, you have the greatest tools for the greatest happiness and greatest satisfaction. Why would you go and do something and get attached to something very small and spoil everything? Dhruva Maharaj had great desire and the Lord gave him even Dhruva Loka, and he said, no, I don't want actually. I don't want. Dhruva Loka, pole star, around the pole star, everything, all other planets rotate. It means Dhruva means firmly fixed in the center. Pole star is often compared to be the center, the focus, the fulcrum, and everything moves around it. That means it has to be very steady. That's the meaning of Dhruva, Dhruva Loka, pole star. So we can learn these lessons and we should utilize the facility given by the Lord. What more can you expect Krishna to do? It's so unreasonable for us to expect anything more from Krishna. He has done everything for us. All problems are because of ourselves and our illicit, illegitimate desires to enjoy material life. And these are foolish also. They keep you in the material world and the soul really does not enjoy in matter at all. So it takes a little brain, it takes a little intelligence, which is God-given, and given in the association of devotees to understand this. And Dhruva Maharaj had the association of Narada Muni, his mother, and finally he got the association of Krishna himself. So he was protected. All of us are actually protected, that we are able to continue to chant, continue to take prasadam, continue to be in the association of devotees, shows that we are protected by Krishna. We should be very grateful. The only way we can spoil it is we take a decision to indulge in sense gratification. We take a decision to sway away from Krishna. There is nothing else that can go wrong. It's all our choice, right? So Dhruva Maharaj is a wonderful example of a person who makes the correct choice and sticks to it and doggedly pursues it and achieves it. This is what is required for our sadhana. This is what is required for our sadhana. So we must, in spite of the Lord coming and blessing Dhruva, Dhruva was dissatisfied. It is not that it is insulting to the Lord. In fact, the Lord will be very pleased to hear this what Dhruva feels and thinks. Same thing with Prahlad. He told the Lord straight away, don't blackmail me like this with all this thing. I mean, don't tempt me with all these things. Blackmail is not the right word. Don't bring this choice to me. I don't want anything but your service. I am your servant eternally. I'm not asking for anything else. So we should utilize this opportunity and take a little risk in Krishna consciousness for the sake of Krishna. Dhruva Maharaj took a very big risk, 5-year-old boy going to the forest. And he's going and meditating on the Lord. He has not seen the Lord or something. He is not like somebody. But he's taking a risk of listening to his mother, listening to Narada Muni and executing it. We always feel better when we take a little risk and be out of the comfort zone of our life, so that we can constantly be depending on the Lord. You see the way Prabhupada did things. Keep a good tension of anxiety. When we become comfortable and everything is provided for us, actually, life is not so exciting. Life becomes very exciting in Krishna consciousness because we depend only on Krishna. Let's see what happens next. Because I want to do this for Krishna. It doesn't matter. Let's see what happens next. It becomes exciting. You see, the material world people like excitement. They take all sorts of risk for that exciting, that adrenaline pumping up them. All these, divers, what do you call that? Free skydiving they do. They fall off from the sky in the aircraft, free fall. And they have this floating, this thing, they fly like that. Now you see that they're daredevil sports. These are the sports that are becoming very popular. Bungee jumping. Bungee jumping is pretty safe, they know. But this type of, they fall off from the aircraft without parachute. And they manage themselves like this gliding, I call it sky gliding. It's an exciting thing for them. And when they come to a certain level only, they pull the chute. And they're falling down at free falling gravitation force. At a tremendous speed, they are falling down. And it pumps their adrenaline up. Risk, something different from the regular life of waking up in the morning, eating, sleeping, mating, drinking, defending and seeing the same faces again. I get lost, they feel. I want to spend my money for some excitement. Even in the material world, it's like that. Even in the spiritual world, similarly, like Prabhupada's life, you can see, it's a life of excitement. He just gets into it. Let's do it. But, yeah, I know, but let's take a risk. A calculated risk. It's not that I'm not calculating it. They calculate it and take a risk and get inside. And they face lots of difficulties and problems, but it's done. It's achieved for Krishna. Then you feel like top of the world. It's worth taking that risk. It's worth some accomplishment in life. So Prabhupada's idea was like that. That's why he said he went to the Western world. He said, before I die, let me try once. Let me give it a try. Prithvite ache jata nagrati gram sarvatra prachar hoibe morana. Being determined, taking a risk, staying out of the comfort zone, depending on the Lord and the facilities that He has given for our devotion service is exciting life. It's a great career. People should be told this. You don't have to jump off an aircraft. You have enough challenges inside the movement. If you join to face, it's much better than jumping off the aircraft without a parachute. It's far more exciting. And like now, we have taken up this project and it's the most exciting adventure because I mostly don't know what's really happening and what's going to happen. Like in my younger days, my sister told me from, in my class, in her class was somebody who told her, don't worry, what will happen, happen. Why you worry? So in this kiddish terms, what will happen, happen. We can't stop it. Might as well make it happen as a service to the Lord. Convert your whole horoscope into an exciting adventure in service to the Lord. Otherwise, it will remain a horoscope. If you want to make it a horoscope, which is used in the service of the Lord, then you take it up. Whatever your karma is, dovetail it in the service of the Lord. You may face difficulty. You may face, so what? It all becomes for the Lord now, not for my own self. See? So Dhruva Maharaj for me exemplifies risk-taking, determination, excitement in his life. His life opened up to be something else. He came back. He was a completely different, transformed person. In 6 months' time, his reception for him was completely different. Before that, he was kicked out of the house. And now he's being received on an elephant and the throne given to him. And he was not valuing it. That's the best part of it. Arey, forget it. I'm not interested. When is the next excited service for Krishna? That's the thing that Dhruva Maharaj is looking at. When is the next exciting service for Krishna? So Krishna has given us this opportunity through the Krishna consciousness movement. And Prabhupada has been super kind to everybody, giving us all these opportunities for service, giving us this beautiful Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Bhagavad Gita, giving us DD worship. And what an amazing array of stuff to do for the rest of your life. Why did we go and get stuck again in something else? Is it worth it? It's a big question we should ask. So that's why the Lord, I like the way the Lord has got a plan for Dhruva. How wonderfully He has made a plan. 36,000 years you rule, then go to Dhruva, Loka. You be there. It's for you. You enjoy ruling. You wanted, better than Brahma, Dhruva Loka. And after that, I'll take you back. Come to Vaikuntha Loka. This is my plan, stage-wise for you. Go, enjoy. And Dhruva felt, my gosh, how He has taken care of me. What I have asked for. He felt very bad because of the service that Krishna was doing for him, materially, spiritually, devotionally. And he melted because of that. So I shouldn't have asked for this. Because Krishna can give you very easily whatever you want. For you, it's a very big thing, but it's peanuts for Krishna to give Dhruva Loka to Dhruva Maharaj. It's nothing. If you'll be happy, my dear devotee, because you're so focused on me, so determined, I will give it to you. Like Prabhupada says here, such a person like Dhruva is a special case. He knows how to handle material and spiritual together. So many times we think that by Krishna is not giving me this because you're not fit to have it. Because you'll blow it. Because you'll spoil your spiritual life. Therefore, He's not giving it. Shut up and keep what you have and be happy. Yadricha labha santushtaya. Don't compare yourself with Dhruva. I am also chanting Hare Krishna Prabhu 64 rounds today. I hope to get Dhruva Loka or even better than Dhruva Loka. Don't ask for these things. Don't imitate Dhruva. Rather, follow Dhruva. Follow Dhruva. All I want is pure devotion to the Lord. Whatever the Lord deems fit, let me put me in that situation, because I know at the end I will get pure devotion. It doesn't matter whether it's going through Dhruva Loka and 36,000 years of ruling, or whether it is going immediately in the other way without any of these material things. Final end is more important. That I go back to Krishna, that I will remain in devotional service, happily executing it. That's what we should aspire for. That's what is Kulashekara Alva's prayer that I chanted. Om Tat Sat. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki, Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Nittai Guru Premanande. So if you have any questions, we will quickly try to address them. Today is Ekadashi, and we are also trying to chant 64 rounds together. So we will quickly finish this and get back to that. My question is from Satyaraja Vasudas. My question is why the individual souls present from time immemorial get the propensity to enjoy out of Bhagavan's association even in spiritual world. That can happen anytime to you. Because we are Tatashta Shakti. We are in the marginal energy of the Lord, which means you have inclinations for both sides. At any time you can be involved in the other one. But normally, for a person who is absorbed in pure devotional service, it is not at all fascinating. And therefore, what it indicates to us is devotional service is very deep. It comes under various levels, right? It's deep, deeper, deepest, and beyond that also. There is a place for everybody. Everybody has got a place according to his depth. So you can't decide and standardize that situation. According to wherever you are, you will get that position. But you come to know that there are other levels of depth, deeper and deeper, and you will aspire for it. When you do that, you actually are constantly on the treadmill of improvement, right? We don't at any time get off the treadmill and think, enough, I've done enough, this is enough for me. So devotional service is such that it's dynamic, always active, and people want to move up higher and higher. So all permutations and combinations are possible. The demigods are devotees with material desires. And devotees with various levels of desires can also be seen until pure, unalloyed devotion of the gopis and the gopas and Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda Mai. It's rare. So it's possible to have these combinations. And for the particular person itself, it is regrettable and he wants to move up. Just like Dhruva Maharaj wants to move up. It's not that Dhruva Maharaj is sitting pretty and very happy about the fact that he has got this desire and he has got it satisfied by the Lord. No, it's not like that. You see, Dhruva is instantly morose. But Krishna is saying, never mind, you do this. And he's simply waiting to become pure. So, although a devotee may be involved in certain level of material this thing, in the heart of hearts, he is actually desiring Krishna. That's his deep internal meditation. Like you have the classic case of Pundarika Vidyanidhi, who was coming on a palanquin borne by people with fantastic dress and reclining on this thing and lying down and coming. And when, Mukunda is shown this, he becomes, Gadadhar becomes very disturbed. But then later, he shows what is the depth of this person who externally looks like this. By chanting some shlokas from the Bhagavatam, and Pundarika Vidyanidhi goes into such ecstasy, becomes wild and tears the pillow, tears the palanquins, this thing, everything, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. He sees his depth of meditation on Krishna. You can't understand from the outside. He becomes convinced that this person has got real depth. He's got love for Krishna, which is very deep. So you will see in Lord Chaitanya's devotees, many people in various levels of bhakti. So Krishna accommodates all of them. All of them. Some may have a little desire here and there. That's okay. That can be taken care of over a period of time. It will finish. Especially because the person is tivrena bhakti yogena, is practicing. Our concern comes only when we don't have devotion and we are very deeply materially entrenched. Then we should be worried about. Yeah, this is a reality. So Rama Venkatraman Maharaj, sometimes we have an arrangement by Lord to always discourage bhakti path. Family members discouraging and challenging us from continuing bhakti. How to deal with this on a daily basis. That's what I explained. That's how Dhruva Maharaj dealt with it. He remained convinced because Narada Muni had spoken to him. Demigods could not convince him. There was nothing. Even Parikshit Maharaj was tempted by the demigods when he was hearing the Bhagavatam. They came and told him, this is only death you're managing, no? We will take care of the Shringi's curse. Here, take this Amrit we have brought for you. You'll become deathless like us. Parikshit set it aside and said, what are you giving me? That is nothing, Amrit, compared to the Amrit that is coming out of Shukadeva Goswami's mouth and entering my ears. Where is this Amrit? Keep it away. I'm not talking about living life and extending myself in the material world. And he just brushed them aside. Powerful brush they got. Same way, all these demigods who tried to tempt Dhruva Maharaj, don't progress, don't become a pure devotee. Stay with us. Don't go. They could not do it. So that determination is something that we should learn. We get weakened by all sorts of material association and thoughts that is discouraging. If we keep in the association of the Bhagavatam, Harinam Sankirtan, devotees, you will always be energized to make determined choices for keeping in the path of bhakti. And that will give you strength. Krishna will give you strength from within the heart to pursue it. Only those people who take the risk and in spite of impediments, everything still desire, Krishna rewards them. Tatte anukampam susamikshamana bunjana evatmam kratam vipakam tadvag vapubir vidadan namaste jivet muttipade sadhaya bhag. Tolerating this material situation, tolerating the people in this material world who will anyway do what they are supposed to do, pushed by the three gunas. A devotee knows how things are acting. He knows why his relatives are saying these things because they are under the grips of Maya. And therefore, I should not fall for it. He relies completely on Krishna to protect him and give him good sense. So the more we have these situations, the more excited we should be to practice devotion service because our devotion will grow. Only against opposition do you become stronger. These opposition, we should change it like jujitsu advantageously for your devotional service. You know, in jujitsu, they learn the art of converting the opponent's momentum into a defense for themselves. So Maya's momentum against you should be converted into devotional service opportunity. In this way, Maya is defeated. This is the smartness of a devotee. And this is how Krishna advises his devotees. Look at it and think about it, Rama Venkatramanji. Yeah. Where is that? Message MMK Cube and Science. That sounds like an amazing name. MMK Cube and Science. Okay. How can I control my mind constantly? Because when I see the material things, my mind is very easily affected by Maya. Naturally. It's not something very surprising. Dhyayato vishayan pumsaha sangasteshu pajayate sangat sanjayate kamaha. In Bhagavad Gita, 2nd chapter, Krishna is explaining this to Arjuna. By focusing our senses, our mind on material objects, we will get attracted. But if you bring another factor into your life, if you bring Krishna consciousness, if you bring Krishna chanting and prasadam and association and everything to life, you'll also become attracted to that. You'll also become attracted to that. The question is, which is a higher attraction? Raso varjam rasopyasya param drishva nivartate. that the higher attraction will take over. So we should try to put our energy into higher attraction. And you will see that will take over a period of time. But if you don't have that higher attraction and the higher choice, and you have only the lower choice, definitely you'll get swept away by the lower choice. There's no doubt about it. So put up a higher choice and a higher alternative in your life and look at both. You will see your material attraction will diminish. In this way, we should strategically act. These advice is given by Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. So please read that. Swarnangi Vishaka. If we have a strong material desire and don't act on it, still that desire is not going and causing suffering. If reminded of that, we know it is pulling us back in KC. How to uproot this troublesome desire? Yes, very practical question. That's why this is not something that I can answer, because it's a specific question which you have put in a general format. So I can give you a general answer to it. While this generator here is making a huge noise, I hope you're not hearing it. Very disturbing. But material desires are going to be a battle. You have to battle it. It is war. You must be ready for war. You must fight. You must not give up. Prabhupada told us that accepting spiritual life and devotional service means declaring war on Maya, which means on the subtle level, fighting it out. So some of these things sometimes may happen, may not happen, but still we should push it further, right? That's the way to move about it. Don't get morose, don't get mental at any point of time. Then your fight is lost. That's what Maya wants you to do. At every point of time, keep enthusiastic in fighting. That does not matter. Krishna says that over a period of time, definitely you'll be able to usurp. You'll be able to gain that particular position. Yes, true. Material desires are deep-rooted. And they have been with us for eons, for so many janmas. So we have to be determined to work on it bit by bit. Sometimes it's a deep-rooted material desire. Sit on it, analyze it, and nip it out one by one, one by one. You have to do some work. And for this, you need a good counselor, mentor who understands and helps you to do it. These things are important. These are practical, and this is what devotional life and spiritual life is about. It's not that there are people who don't have any material desires. Even Brahma, in the process of creation, he went behind his own daughter, the Bhagavatam says. And all his other sons came and said, don't do this, please, please, don't do this, very bad. And he was disturbed. So nobody is free from temptations. It is just that by making our Krishna conscious focus stronger and putting our energy into that, can we surmount this. It's not that we don't do spiritual activity much and when we keep on worrying about our material weaknesses. No, material weaknesses are best dealt with by investing spiritually in devotional service, and you will see gradually they'll fade away. Neglect them. That's one of the things that you could do. Keshav Priya Madhavi, thank you so much for this wonderful, inspiring Iksha. We learned in Srimad Bhagavatam that even Kardamuni asked for a good wife. Krishna very happily gave him this. Yeah, definitely. It's a good comment. Yes, he was strategic. He knew he had a material desire to satisfy. And he did not go on a trip mentally, oh, how can the material... He said, no, I'm going to accommodate it and do accordingly. It's allowed for me within the Grahastha Ashrama to do this. He accepted Grahastha Ashrama, accepted a very beautiful and amazing combination of a wife who has spiritual inclination, plus is beautiful, plus talented, plus everything together. He had the best of wives given to him by Krishna, who personally told him that I'll do the needful. He did that, he went back to God advance. So if Krishna so wills, you may be able to do both. But don't assume that decision yourself. Okay. The key point is that we should be fixed in devotional service. Is it Maharaj? Yes, I've already mentioned that. Girija, why there is no lady deities in Vishwarupa of Krishna? What is it? Why there is no lady deities in Vishwarupa of Krishna? Well, I don't know. I'm not able to answer that. Whether there is no female figure in that, I have not examined it fully. Let's see. I think there is. Anyway, I'm not able to answer that immediately. Hare Krishna is, if anyone wants to ask question, okay. This is broadcast. Anybody else? Demons stop others' devotional service is understandable. But why demigods? Demigods check others' material enjoyment is also understandable. Indra stops Prithu Maharaj. Well, this is a statement in the Bhagavatam. They get disturbed. They don't want any progress. It's mentioning envious. Dhruva Maharaj himself mentions it. They are envious and they came to me and tried to stop me. In the Bhagavatam, he is mentioning the demigods got envious of me. 5-year-old Dhruva has got this realization. Definitely. It's a good comment. That the demigods tried to trip me. So you can understand the nature of this material world. Demigods are pretty much materialistic and they enjoy wonderful this thing. But quite possible that if you have this material realm of this thing, all these enviousness, everything can creep inside. Quite possible. Okay? Right. Om Tat Sat, Jai Srila Prabhupada ki, Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki. Wishing you all a very happy Ekadashi, filled with thoughts of Krishna, filled with chanting the holy name, filled with reading of the Bhagavatam, filled with good association. Om Tat Sat, Jai Srila Prabhupada ki.